Welcome to Legacy Stories, where we dive deep into the untold stories of powerful figures, forgotten legacies, and the mysteries that surround them. Today, we are uncovering the chilling story of Yahya Sinwar, one of the most controversial leaders in recent Middle Eastern history. His mysterious death has left the world questioning who killed him and why. Before we dive into the mystery, let's take a step back. Yahya Sinwar was born in 1962 in Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip. His early life was shaped by the intense conflict between Palestine and Israel. It was in case tough conditions that Sinwar began his rise to power. He grew up in refugee camps, witnessing violence and hardship, which influenced his decision to join Hamas, an organization with a mission to liberate Palestine. Yahya Sinwar was not just any member of Hamas. He was one of the co-founders of the group's military wing, the Izzat Dinal Qassam Brigades, known for his brutal tactics and strategic mind. He rose to become the leader of Hamas in Gaza, making him one of Israel's most wanted enemies. But here is the twist. Sinwar wasn't always a free man. In 1988, he was arrested by Israeli forces and sentenced to life in prison for his involvement in terrorism. Many believe that was the end of his history, but in 2011, after 22 years behind bars, he was released in a prisoner swap deal. Once released, Yahya Sinwar wasted no time reclaiming his power. He was elected as Hamas's top leader in Gaza in 2017. With his military experience and ruthless reputation, he quickly became a key figure in Hamas's fight against Israel. But his leadership wasn't just about war. Sinwar also sought to solidify his political power by balancing hardline military strategies with the need to provide for the people of Gaza. He walked a fine line between war and diplomacy, but his reign brought even more violence and tension to the region. Now, here is where things take a dark turn. Reports began circulating that Yahya Sinwar had been killed. But who was responsible? Some say it was Israel. Others suspect a betrayal from within Hamas itself. The truth remains shrouded in mystery. Israeli forces had been targeting Sinwar for years, and his death would be a major victory for them. But the timing and method of his assassination raised more questions than answers. Was it a drone strike, an inside job, or something else entirely? What we do know is that Sinwar had made enemies, many enemies, not just in Israel but even among his own ranks. Some insiders claim there was a power struggle within Hamas. As Sinwar pushed for more power and control, others saw him as a threat. Was his death part of a larger internal conspiracy to take him out? Or could his enemies have used outside forces like Israel to do their dirty work for them? But regardless of who pulled the trigger, Yahya Sinwar's legacy remains. To some, he was the hero of resistance, symbol of defiance against occupation. To others, he was a violent warlord responsible for countless deaths. His story is a complex one, filled with contradictions, much like the region he came from. Sinwar's death leaves behind a vacuum of power. Will his death bring peace or ignite even more conflict? Only time will tell. The mystery behind Yahya Sinwar's death might never be fully uncovered, but what is clear is that his life and death will continue to shape the future of Gaza, Israel, and the entire Middle East for years to come. Thank you for watching Legacy Stories, where we bring you the real stories behind the headlines. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more in-depth stories that unravel the legacies of some of the world's most influential figures. Until next time, keep